And welcome to the State Hockey Centre as we watch the M1 Women's Grand Final start. Seacliff starting with the pushback and pushing up high so they can get into their press. So today we have the Port Adelaide Women's Hockey Club versus Seacliff Hockey Club in a match to be quick, fiery and pressing very, very hard. Both teams really looking to start the game on the front foot. So Seacliff turned the ball over early and looked to attack the circle. And getting in there really strong, but nice defence from Port Adelaide Hockey Club. So we've got a long corner starting. And getting their second circle attack for the game. Ball's bouncing around early. So we're absolutely sure to see quite a quick start. You see Seacliff pushing up really quite high, and that Port ball just to flood through. So both coaches were really looking to see quite a pressing start to the game, and I think they've really modelled both their game plans off the press, so it'll be really interesting to see how they go about it. Oh, decisive ball through and great intercept. So Port Adelaide just winning a free hit just in their 25. The first attack for Port Adelaide this game so far. And Seacliff just taking the ball off Port, passing the ball up down the line. All right, so what we're looking to today for Seacliff is a really good mix of experienced players and juniors coming through, and so I think you'll see some general play between all of them. They tend not to... oh, here we go, coming in. And really great intercept there by Port. So we see Abby Ford on the ball now for Seacliff. Port have actually pulled their defensive line away, and so Abby Ford's just running the ball up the pitch and finding a nice play. It's really interesting, both sides so far have really looked for some decisive balls forward, but you can just see the nerves just that little bit coming from just trying to hit the ball through the middle of the circle. Great hustle from Port there. You expect to see that all game. Chamayo on the ball, makes a breakthrough. Hustled though by Port Adelaide. Some good strong contests so far. I think as the girls settle into the game, you'll start seeing some more connective balls. But I think early, if you see these players breaking through, I think that's going to make or break the first quarter of the game, really. So we're looking for players like Chantel Nell up forward. You'll see her hassling all day, and for Seacliff they've got some really decent players up forward. You're looking at people like Nikki Searle up front, and that's a great intercept. Seacliff running forward, just tracking on lines, passing the ball through, great ball, and wonderful save from the Port keeper. Now the Port keeper has been sensational in their last two games, so Port's gone the harder way through the finals competition, with going to sudden death one-on-ones against Flinders and then sudden death one-on-ones against Adelaide and winning them both. And their keeper has just been a standout in those two games so far. Seacliff once again make a run through. Great defence from Port. So once again, Seacliff pressing really high, not giving chance for Port to find an easy ball through. It's been a real trademark of their game this year. Trying to find options through their press is really quite challenging. It's a long ball through, intercepted by Seacliff. And intercepted again by Port. That's fantastic. Chantel Nell on the ball. Throwing it through to Ellie Turner, who is actually best and fairest for last year for Port women in the M1s. So nice quick ball, but fantastic strength through the defence for Seacliff. Alexandra Warrender on the ball. You'll look to see a lot of impact from her today. Very strong, very quick, moves the ball well. Thompson moves the ball to Ford. She just looks to find a pass. A long ball down to Searle. Fantastic pickup, tracking at pace. Fantastic ball. Great save, well done. So now we're looking for a long corner. See if Seacliff have any special plays. Moving the ball through. Very well intercepted, but picked up again by Tomeo. And Dawes was nearly off. Umpires have found a free hit. Pass back to open up space. Ball hit in and lovely intercept again. Tess Mays has been all over it to start this game. She's really strong. She's the captain of their side. Ball transferred across. And found a Seacliff foot. So Port will be looking for some of their midfielders just to pop up a little bit more in this game so far. So players like Lily Stevens and Tess Mays, I think, will really break the game apart if Port can get on top. Good strength by Nikki Searle. Searle again. Oh. Just unlucky. That's the third real decisive circle entry for Seacliff. They're looking like they're definitely on top so far. Ball's entered in. Nice strong by Port. And foot found from Seacliff, and they're off. Flowing ball through, not quite able to get there, so Port will set up their press. Ball transferred across. Seacliff really using all of the pitch today. So So once again looking to transfer. That seems to be quite a common feature of their game today. Looking to really spread the park. Katie Hill on the ball, passes through to Nicole Thompson, and this long driving ball. So Carlier just missing that ball, but very heavily marked by the Port player. It's a delightful ball from Nicole. So the Port team will be looking forward to quarter time, I think, just to reset themselves again. They've looked really dangerous when they've moved up forward, but there's just that getting through this really tight press, which looks like they're struggling just a little bit. And as I say that, they've just thread the needle with perfect ball. Intercepted by Abby Ford, but picked up again. Nice and strong. And free hit to Seacliff. Great circle defence there. So transfer again. Good hassling from Port, and they win the ball. Now they're counter-attacking. Anastasia with the ball, feeding it out wide. It's a lovely lead out there. Just can't quite get to it. So Port showing some real danger when they thread those balls through that press. Because the press is so high, once they get it through, it's very much a 3-on-3 or a 3-on-2. Stevens on the ball now. Great tackle by Katie Hill. And Warrender just threads the ball through. Laura Edmonds on the ball, one of the under-21 state players this year to finish third at national championships. Anastasia just picks the ball off, but apparently back of the stick. Abby Ford intercepts really well, looks to switch to the other side, but a perfect substitution by Alona Flockhart means she surprises Alex Warrender and picks the ball off. So in a warm day for hockey, this will be quite a challenge for the girls. Seacliff come forward. Mel Garner does a great job just keeping Seacliff outside the circle. Move the ball 5, throw the ball in. Oh, and just missed on that far post. Begging opportunity. So as we set up, we can see the substitutions start rolling. We see Stephanie Whiten take the pitch from Laura Edmonds, and Stephanie is quite a good ball carrier and picks up the ball straight away. Touches into the circle, but fantastic tackle. So the game's being played at fast pace. Just finds a foot. Fantastic trap again. So Port will then push up. It's a long searching ball, which means they now get to push everyone up. So as I was saying, it's quite a warm day today. These girls have played in a lot of wet, windy conditions, playing both Saturday, Sundays, and they've had some Wednesday night games. So apart from last week's final, this will be quite a taxing game for them. Fantastic intercept. Throw the ball through. Chloe Dawes, but Katie Hill comes and picks up and delivers a perfect ball. And just looking for that deflection by Carly Ed. Unluckily hits a, just doesn't get the right touch really. And runs. takes the ball back. So Port now have a free on their 25. Seacliff streaming back. And a foot! So Port with the first short corner of the game, they'd be really happy with that. So just taking the free quickly, not letting Seacliff set up at all. So speaking to Port's coach this morning, Port have some serious threats on the battery. They've also got some really good deflecting threats as well. So we'll see Mel Garner on one battery, the second battery. And you'll see Tess Mays on the first. And breaking. So Seacliff player will now run back. So when a team breaks, it means that they actually lose a player. So for the defensive team, it now means that they've got 3 runners and will have to change their tactics. Oh, it's gone out wide. Big strike. And just a little high. Oh. It's a great idea by Port. Just the execution a little off, but I think Seacliff will be pretty happy that they ended up with the free on that one. Katie Hill on the ball. Port pressing up a lot higher now than you saw at the start of the game. Just unluckily rolls past her. She got her head up to find a pass. Port coming through. And just a touch there by Seacliff. So we see a long searching ball in. Unfortunately, directly straight in. And that's the end of the first quarter. It's been quite an interesting match. Seacliff taking a lot of the control early up, but Port finding these really dangerous balls through. And we welcome you back to the second quarter of the Women's Metro 1 Grand Final at the State Hockey Centre. So the first quarter was a bit of an arm wrestle with Seacliff taking the early control, but Port looking to throw some nice passes, which sort of split up the Seacliff defence and allowed Port to run at Seacliff a little bit. So a lovely intercept there and a long ball forward just to allow Port to press a little. So we've had some love on our socials so far. Thanks, guys. We have Jamie Aliaskas watching from Lithuania. It's probably the furthest one we've had for a little while. But love for both teams, both Seacliff and Port. Port with the ball, hassled and breaking forward. So Laura Edmonds breaking into space. You've got a lead through Nikki, strong ball carriage, but really hassled well by Port. It's fantastic defence, just staying with her, pushing her out wide. Pretty challenging to do when that's happening at pace. So Seacliff sticking with their similar press. And tackle, and Seacliff run off with it. Kelsey Benchy on the ball. Floating it through. Nikki just getting a nice touch, but great defence from Port. Great scramble. So Nikki Searle has been really dangerous up forward early. But then on the flip side, Mel Garner from Port defence has been strong. Running the baseline. Fantastic tackle there from Rachel Hammond. So Rachel Hampton's been a long-standing hockey fanatic, played in the 1995 Suns National Championship winning team and was a part of the I can't even remember now. The Suns winning, she was the off-field member for the Suns winning premiership in the late 2000s. So Abby Ford looks to pass the ball back to Katie Hill. Just got time there to find and pick a pass. Long searching pass to Anastasia. Fantastic defence just outside the circle to break that down. Oh, searching ball through. Kelsey Benchy there. Just unlucky not to get a touch. So once again, you'll see the Seacliff girls, they're playing a really high inverted press. Their strike is really, really nice and low and just like begging them to hit the ball through. And then you see them turn over the ball. Pick up again by Rachel Hampton. Nice strength on the ball. So Hampton finds a long ball, passes through. Nell on the ball. This has been a fantastic game so far. You really aren't actually sure where the first goal's going to come from. I think both sides looking equally dangerous. Nice tackle through there. Katie Hill finds Anastasia Tomeo, who's attacked by two players. Fantastic gang tackling by Port. And that chasing back by Seacliff. You can see both sides really want this game. Working exceptionally hard. Oh, double intercept by Seacliff. Fantastic touch. Tries to knock the ball forward and just unluckily hit the back of the stick. So this is the type of hockey that we're looking to see. That really aggressive, strong, attacking play. Finds the ball, nice through ball, opens up space. Gabby Stevens on the ball, throws the ball through. Beautiful ball there, finding the whole pitch. And cries for a short corner, but none given. So the ball just given as a free hit for that lifted tomahawk. Lily Stevens on the ball. Carries it through. Decisive tackles by the Seacliff girls. And nice strength. So you just see that the way she's carrying the ball there just gives her the ability to put it up in the air, which means it's a lot harder to flat stick tackle that type of carry. Katie Hill throws the ball. Decisive pass there from Abby Ford. Stephanie carrying the ball, throwing it through. Picked up really, really well there by Port. Nice. Chantel Nell receives the ball flowing forward. Good strength. Wins the free just outside the circle. So for Seacliff, Abby Ford would be really happy that she made that tackle outside. Port starting to use the ball really well. They're using the whole width of the pitch. You're seeing them use the sidelines, the baselines, and that's really starting to rip Seacliff apart. Ball through. Couldn't quite find a player. So Katie Hill on the ball again. Port, you can see they've just pressed up nice and high. They're more of an arrowhead shape, so their centre striker's sitting up quite high. So she can attack, and then Chantel Nell goes, but Katie Hill can deal with that. So great pressure by Port. Ball through. Oh, fantastic ball. Perfect lead by Chantel Nell, just couldn't quite pick it up. So Chantel Nell, coming from South Africa, has actually had a little girl last year called Delilah. So she's one of these fantastic women, proving to everyone else that just because you have a child doesn't mean that you can't show your children that being active and being healthy isn't the way to go. So these kind of women are really inspirational for all these young girls to see. So Port with the ball on the sideline, just looking to move the ball back and around. Mel Garner just walking it up to their press and sliding it through. It's a lovely ball there. Working hard, but strength there by Anastasia Tomeo. Little bit of rough. And Port intercepts the ball, so it's a free hit on the sideline. So you could just see just a little bit of contact there from Anastasia Tomeo, just showing the passion, but umpired well by Tony Gunn from Adelaide University. So the ball moves across, so for the next 2 minutes, Seacliff are going to be down a player, but that doesn't often mean that Seacliff won't attack, because Port may settle into this game and think that for these next couple of minutes they may be on top. So you never know what will happen while this player's off. Gabby Matreska receives the ball, feeds the ball out. She's been very good so far today. She's probably been one of those sort of sweepery type players who's really just popped into their press for Port Adelaide and just allowing them to find some easy passes through. Ball goes back to Mel Garner, feeds through to Matreska, and nice strong play. Perfect intercept tackle there. And takes off with it. Katie Hill goes forward. Flowing through. Alex Warrender carrying now. And Port take the ball. So Port just standing on the ball, feeding it through, looking for that touch, finds a foot. So you're now just starting to see a few more of those Port players just pushing into that Seacliff press just to give them a bit more space. And a long ball, but intercepted well by Abby Ford. So Seacliff ball now, streaming forward. Port have a lot of numbers back, so I can't see Seacliff wanting to take this ball too early. But finds Kelsey Benchy, and then she attacks the circle. Taken well from Port. Now they look to counter, and counter quickly. So I think the trademark of the both teams has been that ability to break down that running play. You see players carrying it, but they're not able to get into those really important risky areas. So I think that's fantastic play by both teams. First touch in, Katie Hill on it, nice and strong. Breaks through 2 players, feeds the ball through. Oh, heavy tackle, but both players now get up and going for it. Good, strong play by both sides. Anastasia Tomeo back on the side, on the field, sorry. Feeds the ball through, trapped really well by Rachel Hampton. Great ball thrown. And fantastic tackle. So Mackenzie Allen thought she'd gotten away with that. Cameron Rouvet, though, just proving what a asset she can be for Seacliff. Ball long. Just not quite timed to perfection. So as we enter the last 4 minutes of this quarter, running into half-time, I think both teams will be looking for a few more possession passes around. We've seen lots of great intercepts, just like that one from Nikki Searle, who's one-on-one with Mel Garner. Good strength. Picks up the ball again, feeds it through. Oh, it's been a free hit called. So it's a fantastic intercept from Nikki Searle. I think that's a trademark of one of the, for the Seacliff girls, and Nikki Searle's one of the best at it. Searching ball through. Oh, fantastic save by Michaela Collier. I think that was going to just squeeze in the corner. So long corner in the centre of the pitch. Still 0-0, so it's wondering where this breakthrough is going to come from. Fantastic trap. Ball was going like a rocket. Nice turn. Throws into the middle of the pitch for the running on Tess Mays, who then can find Chloe Dawes. Oh, picked up super well. Anastasia Tameo just controlling that ball. But fantastic tackle there from Port. And that's a run on play going to Chloe Dawes. Feeds through the middle of the pitch. Intercept. Nikki Searle on the ball, coming through, makes the touch. Fantastic tackle. Really is end-to-end stuff here. The intensity that the girls are running at is just sublime. Alex Warringer on the ball, looks to feed it through, splits through the legs. Lily Stevens. Pick up trap by Abby Ford. Coming through to Laura Edmonds. And Ellie Chantel, no, I'm just unlucky that ball popped up. Ball thread out wide. Then nice and long to the player coming through. Seacliff looking to attack the circle. Short corner called. It's a first short corner of the game to Seacliff. It's a strong tackle by Port. So Seacliff have a few short corner threats. You'll see Abby Ford sitting on battery 2, Katie Hill battery 1, push out from Nikki Searle. Now you'll notice that all Seacliff players have converged to that right side. They don't actually have a left slip. Ball dragged in, trapped, shot, runs in and scored! What a goal to Seacliff, first ones to break through. Seacliff have been searching, throwing a lot of those long balls in, but interestingly, it's the play that's carrying the ball around the back that's actually allowed the first short corner to allow them to break through. So we expect to see a Port pressing quite high. They're gonna want to get back onto that goal board quite quickly, but they're not actually going to do it in this half. So fantastic game so far, and join us soon for the next half of hockey. And welcome back to the State Hockey Centre for the second half of the Metro 1 Women's Grand Final. So Port Adelaide in their black and white strip, Seacliff in their yellow strip. Seacliff just scoring a goal from a short corner in the last dying minutes of the match to take the first goal of the game. So it's great people are participating on social media. So we've got Gavin Clark watching from Mount Gambier. So welcome in. So nice start to the game in the second half. So it'll be interesting to see if either team makes any structural changes. As the ball's passed out wide. Port pressing quite high and that ball just thread down the line. Port Adelaide hassling well. Strong ball. Free hit to Port coming in. Slider down the line, picked up really well by Seacliff. Ball coming through. Just missed. So a few nervous moments at the start of the quarter. So as the crowd's starting to pick up at the Pines now for this beautiful grand final day. The weather's looking pretty good so far. I think the players might find it a little bit warm, but the spectators are out and about with their rugs and their eskies, so it should be a great day for some hockey. Ball thrown down the line by Matreska. Hill with the ball. Just finds the foot of the Port player and plays on. And luckily, she's actually got to take that free again because she actually just kicked it as it came through. Abby Ford on the ball. Ball thrown back. Finding Cammy at the line. Couldn't quite get there. Split both Cammy and Nikki Searle. So Seacliff don't look like they've changed up their press too much. Mel Garner on the ball for Port from the sideline. Rachel Hampton's just dropped back into that central defender role. Lovely overhead into space, just rolling out. I think that's what we've started to see in girls' games more and more, trying to break apart that full press through those overheads. It makes it a lot harder to do those kind of press when you can just throw it over the top. Pressed exceptionally well there. Port carrying the ball through, threads it through, but just a little bit too hard. So Chantel Nell won't be happy with that one, but the idea to create that 2-on-1 is a fantastic idea. Forward on the ball, slips it back again. Hill just taking it up to their press. And fantastic tackle. Flockhart with the ball. Such an experienced player, just looking to win a free. Couldn't quite do it, stays on the ball. Fantastic tackle from Ford, nice and low. So you could see Flockhart, once winning that, actually wanted to win a short corner. It's very, very smart play, but very well defended by Seacliff. So Mays on the ball, carries it through, tries to find a crash ball in, but a lot of those Port players circling around the top of the circle and not actually finding any depth. So it's been a bit of a shift. We've seen Seacliff do a lot more outletting in this first couple of minutes of this quarter. So Port giving them a bit of their own medicine. Tresca running at them, threading a ball through. Stevens trying to find it, keeps breaking through. Nice strength. Chucks that ball back. Port winning that free hit for a foot. Intercept well by Tomio, fed through. Fantastic strength by Turda. Ball through the middle. Oh, swing! It just didn't quite connect, but it's that quick crash ball in. Seacliff not expecting it. So once again, we're seeing a Seacliff press. Seacliff still up 1-0, but Port looking to have the better of the opportunities so far in this quarter. Taking the ball, throw the ball in, but picked up really well by Stephanie. So as the ball's being picked up by the Port player, we're really looking to start seeing in this quarter, the premiership quarter, just some of these stronger, more experienced players really standing up and taking putting a bit of a stamp on this game. So for Port, you'll see players like Tess Mays, Gabby Matreska. For Seacliff, Anastasia Tomeo, even Katie Hills looking to have a really strong impact. Ball's through on long. So fed ball through, Lily Stevens on it, feeds it through again. Nice, strong play, but picked up really well, intercept, and now they find some space. Gabby Matreska on the ball. So Port looking just to spread, doesn't mind take the trap, and then Seacliff's off. Steph Whiten with the ball, feeds it across. Couldn't quite find the pass that she was looking for, and now Port have found some space with Steph Whiten just making a damaging run to try and intercept the ball long and forcing Port just to mess their pass up just a little, and then a nice long ball, but not quite picked up by Kelsey Benchy. This game is on. It's end to end. I have no doubt both the teams are going to be sucking on some big ones as they get through this quarter. Nice feed pass. Really challenged hard, picked up well by Seacliff. Fed across the... and fed in again. Lovely touch there. Strong by Nikki Searle. And finds a short corner. Now that short corner was won not just by Nikki Searle's good work, but they're actually trying to encourage Port to go into their press, and then they're really gang tackling them. So you'll see that player through the defensive midfield having 3 players pressing them as soon as they receive the ball. And that is a tough job for that defensive midfield. So we've got Anastasia on battery 2, you've got Nikki Searle on battery 1. And once again, all the Seacliff players have spread themselves more to the right. So the goal from Abby Ford in the last short corner Seacliff had. Ball injected, trapped, slipped, fed in, and hits a foot. So joining me now we'll have Michael Wells, who's star goalkeeper for the Seacliff men, just giving me his thoughts on the game so far. So Michael, what do you think?
It's been a pretty even matchup so far. Port Adelaide's had a fair bit of the ball, fair bit of attack this half. I say Seacliff probably had the better of the last half, created a lot of opportunities, but in saying that, it's not like Port haven't had their opportunities either, so it's been a pretty good game so far.
Been a fantastic game.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, so I hear you have a loved one playing in this game, is that correct?
Yeah, I do have a loved one playing in this game, Katie Hill, number 6 for Seacliff. She's the captain of the side, so she's captained the side for the last 2 years. So they finally made the final after being knocked out the prelim finals for the last 3-4 years. So everything's fallen into place this year, and so far so good. So
yeah, very nice. So Port outletting really against a really tough press.
Yeah.
What do you think they can do to help get the ball through?
Just keep shifting it, I think. At the moment, they're probably looking a bit too direct and looking to play through a lot of numbers. So I think if they look to switch the ball a bit more and look to find the open side a fair bit, they'll, I think, get better penetration in their attacking 25.
Yeah, definitely. I think their strikers have looked really dangerous so far, both in pressing and when they're in the circle. So they can get some more delivery. I think they'll easily be able to even this game up.
Yeah, definitely. I agree with that. They've, as I said, it's been a very even match game so far. So.
And Alex Warrender breaks through, feeds the ball. Mel Garner makes a great trap. Now counter-attacking through. Chantel Nell on the ball.
Oh.
And long corner. I think the Port girls wanted a short corner there.
Yeah, I would have been asking for a short corner myself there. I think it was pretty close. Tough though for the umpires, being on the non-ball side, that umpire there. So it makes it hard to make a big decision on that side. I think it's been a pretty well officiated game so far. I think they've both done pretty well and kept it pretty consistent. So I think it's been pretty impressive from an official's point of view.
Very much so. So you had a role with the men's under-21 side, is that correct?
Yes, we did. Yes, I was assistant coach to the magnificent Daniel Mitchells. So, super coach.
Super coach. And won state team of the year.
Yeah, this year we did. Yeah, fortunate enough to go away and be quite successful with the group we had. So it was very impressive to go away into the national championship and get some good results.
Fantastic. So a fantastic tackle there also by Seacliff. Lily Stevens looking to break through into the circle. So Seacliff seemed to be just holding quite well under quite a consistent Port pressure in this quarter.
Yeah, it's been up Port's attacking half for a fair while now.
Oh, unlucky. So close with that last one.
There they go. They might get an attack here.
So Tyra just passing the ball through. And just a chop of the stick there. Katie Hill looking to find a pass. Port with the possession again. And
Trapped.
Fantastic trap.
Beautiful pass.
Katie Hill just eliminates three, runs off, feeds the ball. Now we're seeing a Seacliff counter-attack. Fantastic running from Port though. They've just...
Yeah, sunk back really well there.
Yeah. Kelsey Benchy wanting to get off, get moving. But just had to bring the ball back because she didn't take the free from where it was meant to be. So now Port have numbers back. Seacliff looking to then use some 3D skills into that. It's beautiful. And you are looking forward to your grand final today?
Yeah, this evening. Hopefully the weather holds out and we don't get much rain during the rest of the day, so it won't become too cold tonight once I put the gear on.
You can imagine, yeah, the weather's perfect for spectators at the moment.
Yeah, it's nice. Hopefully the sun sticks around for the rest of the afternoon. It's got some cracking games ahead, so looking forward to it.
We do, with both Port women in the grand final and Seacliff men in the men's final. I believe Seacliff are in the Metro 1 men
Metro
as
1
well.
Men as well against Woodville. So interesting game, that one. Interesting matchup.
Yeah, I'm really looking forward to seeing that game.
Should be good.
So Kelsey Benchy on the ball. Nice drag to eliminate. I think Rachel Hampton thought she was going to get the ball then.
Told to bring it back where it was.
So they've been very consistent with that in this game. While very annoying for players, it is also very annoying for the defensive side if the attacking players don't take it where you want to set it up from.
Definitely agree. The officials are doing a very good job of keeping it consistent.
We've got 2 minutes to go in this quarter. And I'd say, I think Port's definitely had the upper hand in this quarter.
Yeah, I definitely agree with that. I think Port attacked really well and kept the ball up in their half for long periods of time. It's just been unfortunate that final thing hasn't paid off. But as long as they keep up that pressure, it'll keep going and become even closer game towards the final quarter.
That's exactly right. And we do know one thing of Port Adelaide Hockey Club is that they are very good in finals and they know how not to lose finals.
Yes.
They're very good at scoring premierships. So they're not out until the game ends, essentially.
To the fat lady sings, as they say.
Katie Hill on the ball, feeds through to Alex Warrender. Fantastic tackle.
Play on.
Oh, what a run. Still staying strong on the ball, turns, dumps back. Tess Mays. Feeds a crash ball through. Very good circle defence, though, by Nicole Thompson. You can tell that she's been playing hockey for a while.
Yeah.
Just so consistent and strong.
Yeah. There's a few girls out here that have, say, been playing hockey for a few years,
And
which is good to see.
It is great to see. And I think the Metro 1 competition is so interesting because you do have that mix of young breaking through players and players who are really experienced and just know how to read a game super well.
Yeah, definitely agree with that. And I think that's what some of the beauty of this grade is, the fact that the experienced players can come down from their Premier League days and come help the junior members of the club to develop and grow into the senior game, which is great to see. I think every club has a strong balance between the senior players and the junior players. It's allowing our sport to grow.
Definitely. Now we've got Port Adelaide Hockey Club with a short corner, one really, really well, and we have 17 seconds to go, so I'm making the assumption that they are actually going to wait for time to run out. So this looks remarkably similar to the end of the second quarter where Seacliff scored, so this could make it very interesting. Chloe Dawes on the first battery, Mel Garner on the second. Everyone up for Port. Injected in, trapped, long hit, saved, oh, and a foot.
Must have come off a foot just in front of the goalie there. So.
Right, well, thank you for joining. We're going to be back very shortly for the last quarter of this grand final.
No worries.
And welcome back to the final quarter of the M1 Women's Grand Final with Port Adelaide and Seacliff. Seacliff leading 1-0, but it's been a very close encounter. Both teams very physical, very strong, and I expect to see even more so. So Stephanie Whiten just carrying the ball through and pick up. So you could actually hear both teams' huddles at three-quarter time with Matt Baird just saying how Port are going to hit it long, so we've got to be very good in the pressing and being able to intercept those balls, whereas you could see Port talking about being really strong in the tackles. I think this game is up for anyone, and I really am looking forward to this last quarter. So picked up really, really well, nice strong on the ball. Fed through to Lona Lockhart, apologies. So Mackenzie Allen doing some fantastic pressing work for Port. Tracking with the ball. Port staying strong on it, not giving it up easily. Good running by Kelsey Benchy. And it's a Seacliff ball. So she runs off and leaves it for her midfielder to take on, who then hits it long. So this is the toughest part of the game. You've just done 3 quarters of solid hockey in the heat. And now you know that every moment counts. So Seacliff taking the ball just inside their 25. Feeding it long, but picked up really well by Tess Mays. Well done. Short ball to Rachel Hampton, who then feeds it with 3D into the press, but picked up really well by Seacliff, who then countering. Katie Hill just creating some nice space for Stephanie to run into. Finds a foot just outside. Pressure on her straight away. Fed ball through to Katie Hill, their leader. Just looking to try and win a short corner again. And just an unlucky touch by Steph Whiten. So Port standing through a little bit of pressure from Seacliff. Seacliff's press very high. Rachel runs into the press, hits it through, intercepted quite well by Abby Ford. Now there's 2 Port players just converge on her, and she's forced to throw the ball out wide. So that Port pressure from that striking group is fantastic. Seacliff breaking through, running into space. It's a fantastic ball. Nikki Sell just not getting there. So we see that Seacliff press set up again, just really encouraging Port to pop into that so then they can take the ball off of them and counter into the circle. Ball fed out wide, pressed out, and fed long. Nicole's just nice and strong, knocks it back. Great work there. Fed through to Laura Edmonds, then cuts inside, finds some space, feeds it long. Nikki Sell, what a pickup! Has a shot and gets another shot. Unlucky, what a build-up. Fantastic work there. Nikki Sell, just that little trap to move forward into space. Gets a fantastic shot off. So once again, I think that press just forcing Port to try and hit a little bit longer into space and couldn't quite find one of their players, which means Seacliff now have the ball and we have 12 minutes to go into this final quarter. Port are really going to have to start looking to get some control over this game if they want to get onto the scoreboard. Good pick up. Nice and strong. That's a Seacliff ball. Drags into the circle once, twice. Knocked off. Anastasia Tomeo with the ball. Strong into it, but also defended very well. Delightful ball. Katie Hill just coming in, crash ball in. Seacliff strong and winner short corner. It's a fantastic through ball to create space. Probably one of the things that Seacliff have done really well today are those searching balls laterally across the pitch. Has really opened up them to be able to run and get really good shots off. So we've seen them have a direct shot from Abby Ford. We've seen them do a little slip from Anastasia Tomeo. We now have Katie Hill on battery 2, and we have what looks to be Abby Ford on battery 1. Dragged out, trapped, bang. Long corner, great running from Port. Long corner, hit in, trapped very well by Rachel Hampton. Chloe Dawes with the ball, fed through, picked up by Cami, unluckily just third man. So Port stretching the field now. A long searching ball through, Tyra on the ball, feeds it down the line. Breats one tackle, feeds through. Very strong, consistent play. Picks up the ball again and wins a short corner. Fantastic work there from Chloe Dorr. Just keeping on, keeping on. So Port with the first short corner of this quarter. Gabby Matreska on battery 1. Melissa Garner on battery 2. Injected out. Passed left. Shot in, saved. Gets another part at it, and umpire's not sure and calls a stroke. So it looked like it just hit the foot of the player on the line. So we've got Madison Clark in goals. Tess Mays taking the stroke for Port. And scores! And Porter in this game. It's a fantastic stroke, bottom right. Quick pass back now. Seacliff are going to look to counter this really quickly. Nikki Searle on the ball, breaks through Port. Good strength by Alona Flockhart. Stephanie Whiten on the ball. The intensity has just picked up an extra notch. I don't know how it could, but it has. Nikki Searle on the ball, throwing through, beautiful. Cami on the ball, searching through the baseline, slips it up, across, and a short corner. So Seacliff come back in the best way possible, and it's just unlucky. Hit a foot there. Fantastic pressure by Seacliff. So a few threats on the battery. Bit of a change in personnel at the top of the battery. Fired in, slipped out, fed. Steph Whiten on the ball, feeds, comes in, knocks out. Very well, good post work from Rachel Hampton. So with 7 minutes to go, Seacliff attacking from their right side. Long ball. Didn't quite get through because it hits a foot. Tess Mays hits it long. Chantel Nell picks it up. Just assessing her options, running through. Feeds through and foot. So now the short corners are coming thick and fast. Fantastic outletting, building up through, and then just unluckily hitting a Seacliff foot. So Port actually having the same two strikers on the two batteries, with Gabby Matreska on battery 1. Ball hit. Great defence. So Abby Ford as strong as you can. Seacliff looking to get the ball moving as quickly as they can. Steph Whiten holds off. Very strong challenge. Switch, great ball laterally across there just to open up the space. Laura Edmonds wins a free, takes off with it, straight to the circle. Spins, has a shot, very well defended by Port there. Cami on the ball, picked up really well by Port, and now they're off. You can hear the crowd just going absolutely wild. So Charlotte Foot on the ball, is just taken off of her and given to Steph Whiten, who feeds the ball long but just misses her mark. So with 5 minutes to go, this game is on. Mel on the ball, just looking, seeing what her options are. Hits long through their press. Fantastic trap. Hassling well by Seacliff. Seacliff ball. Long ball through, picked up, and just couldn't keep it in. That would have been a fantastic trap there. So Seacliff ball now on the sideline, 4 minutes. 4 minutes on the clock. So there's a lot of organising both on the pitch and from the coaches. Everyone knows what this last block means for them. Hits through the centre, picked up well. Fed really nicely through. Port working really, really well together. Fed it long, and now a Seacliff ball. So we're really looking now for the team who has the ability to withstand the pressure and not just throw the ball away, but to keep doing the things they've been doing all game. So this game has been a really high quality game, and what a pass. Feeds through, Courtney on the ball, feeds through to Chelsea. She finds Nikki and she scores! What a goal. You'll not see a better build-up like that from Seacliff. So just the ball movement to move the ball in, move the ball out, finding Nikki Sell, who's been a performer all game, and just falls over the sideline, but there is still a little bit to go, so good strength. And it's getting a little feisty now, and that's exactly what you would expect to see. Steph Whiten really showing some nice strength carrying that ball. Feeds across, opens up the space for Seacliff. Kelsey Benchy on the ball. Such a fantastic goal from Seacliff. I think that really shows a mark of a strong team to be able to move that ball under pressure. I'm pretty sure Matt Baird would be very happy with his girls right now. So Seacliff looking just to control the ball for the last couple of minutes. Porter going to have to grab the ball off of these girls if they're going to look to try and score. Gabby Matreska does a good job, but it looks like it's a Seacliff ball. So Laura Edmonds on the ball, just wins a long corner. Seacliff really trying to slow the ball down now. It's quite a tough one to try and keep hold of the ball, but not so much that you actually end up giving the ball to Port in a good space. So they're looking for a long ball here, feeds through, very, very good, just luckily not as controlled as they'd like it to be. Great strength from Port, but Abby Ford wins the ball from Port Adelaide, feeds it long, and a poor ball. So great work by Abby Ford there. So we're into the last minute now. Port fed long ball through. Chloe Dawes picks it up and keeps it in. No, she doesn't. Not happy about it, but fantastic defending from Cami. Seacliff girls have been working so hard into defence. They really haven't given Port much of a chance to attack with the space. Ball fed in, picked up, and found some space. Dumps the ball out. Mel Garner, solid player all game. And wins the free. Wants to hit the ball in and get the ball moving, but not actually taken from the right spot. Now that has been something the umpires have been calling all game, so very, very well umpired. Port are going to want to take this free really quickly. Just 5 seconds. 3, 2, 1. And Seacliff are this year's Metro 1 Women Grand Final winners. Congratulations, girls, on your premiership. You played exceptionally well. So this last goal, Nikki Sell putting it in for the win for Seacliff. Congratulations. And coming up soon, you'll see the Metro 1 men play their grand final. Keep watching.